Here are Grandpa's 39 winter survival camping and bushcraft hacks. Rub fat on your skin to prevent frostbite. In freezing conditions, Grandpa used animal fat to shield his skin from frostbite. The fat acts as an insulating layer, preventing heat from escaping and blocking cold air. To use, gently rub a small amount of fat, such as bacon grease or lard, onto exposed skin, focusing on areas like your face, hands, and ears. This creates a protective barrier, keeping the skin warmer for longer and reducing the risk of frostbite in harsh, icy conditions. Breathe through the blanket to reduce fumes. When using a fire or cooking inside a tent or shelter, breathing through a blanket can help reduce harmful fume exposure. The fibers of the blanket act as a filter, trapping smoke and particles that could otherwise irritate your lungs. To use, hold the blanket loosely over your nose and mouth while keeping a safe distance from the fire. This method provides temporary protection, helping you breathe more easily in enclosed or smoke-filled spaces. Light a candle between your legs for warmth. In freezing conditions, a simple candle can provide surprising warmth. Place a lit candle between your legs while sitting cross-legged or in a sheltered position. The candle's flame generates heat that is trapped and concentrated in the small space between your legs and body, offering warmth in cold situations. Ensure the candle is stable and won't tip over. This small but effective heat source can make a significant difference in extreme cold. Use a stick to check if ice is safe. Before venturing into frozen lakes or rivers, Grandpa advised to always check the ice thickness using a sturdy stick. Tap the ice ahead of you to test its strength. If the stick easily breaks through, the ice is too thin. For safe walking, ice should be at least 4 inches thick. This simple technique prevents the risk of falling through, helping you assess ice conditions without putting yourself in immediate danger. Always test multiple spots to ensure consistency. Layer blankets or double-bag sleeping bags. Layering is key for warmth in cold conditions, and the same applies to blankets or sleeping bags. Use 2 sleeping bags, one inside the other, or layer multiple blankets to trap body heat more effectively. The air pockets between layers create insulation, helping to retain warmth and protect against cold air. This method boosts your thermal protection, keeping you significantly warmer during winter camping or survival situations, especially when temperatures drop drastically at night. Use pine branches to sleep on. Sleeping on cold ground can sap body heat, but pine branches provide natural insulation. By placing several layers of pine branches on the ground, you create an air gap that prevents direct contact with the cold surface. Collect a generous amount of pine branches and spread them out to form a thick bedding. This simple yet effective method traps air and keeps you warmer, allowing for a more comfortable night's sleep in cold environments. Stuff leaves in your clothes for extra warmth. Did you know that stuffing dry leaves inside your clothing can provide extra insulation? The air trapped between the leaves acts as a natural insulator, keeping your body heat from escaping. To do this, gather dry leaves and stuff them into loose clothing, focusing on areas like your torso and legs. This makeshift insulation boosts warmth during freezing conditions, helping you stay comfortable when proper gear is unavailable. Build a wall with logs to reflect fire heat. A log wall can reflect heat from a fire back towards you, keeping your campsite warmer. Stack logs vertically or at an angle near your fire to create a barrier. The wall reflects the fire's heat, preventing it from dissipating into the cold air. This method concentrates warmth around your shelter, making it more effective at maintaining a comfortable temperature in harsh winter conditions. The closer you sit to the wall, the more heat you'll feel. Make snowshoes from sticks. Snowshoes prevent you from sinking into deep snow by spreading your weight over a larger surface area. To make your own, find sturdy, flexible sticks and shape them into oval frames. Lash the ends together with cord or rope, then weave additional sticks across the frame for support. Attach them to your boots using more cord or rope. These makeshift snowshoes will allow you to move through deep snow with less effort, preserving your energy. Sleep with hot water bottles or rocks for warmth. Staying warm at night can be tough, but using hot water bottles or heated rocks makes a big difference. Heat water in a bottle or warm rocks near your campfire. Then place them inside your sleeping bag. The steady heat will help regulate your body temperature throughout the night. This trick offers consistent warmth, helping you sleep more comfortably in freezing conditions and preventing heat loss during cold winter camping trips. Hide under a rock ledge for shelter. When facing harsh conditions, a rock ledge can offer quick, natural shelter. The overhang provides cover from snow, wind, and rain, creating a more sheltered environment. To maximize protection, position yourself close to the rock wall and add branches or leaves to block any remaining exposure. The ledge acts as a natural barrier against the elements, helping you conserve warmth and stay dry when more traditional shelters aren't available. Sleep raised up with logs to stay off the ground. In cold weather, lying directly on the ground accelerates heat loss, making it harder to stay warm. A simple way to counter this is by creating a raised platform from logs. Stack logs side by side to form a bed, then cover them with branches or leaves for added comfort. This setup keeps you off the freezing ground, trapping warmer air underneath, which helps prevent heat from escaping and improves your chances of staying warm. Pile snow or sticks to block the wind. Blocking the wind is crucial for staying warm in freezing temperatures, and you can do this by piling snow or sticks around your shelter. Build a barrier on the wind-facing side using whatever materials are available: snow, sticks, or even branches. This windbreak reduces the wind chill factor, which helps maintain body warmth and makes your campsite more comfortable, particularly in open, exposed areas where the wind can be relentless. Wear mittens to keep hands warmer. Mittens are more effective at keeping hands warm than gloves because they allow your fingers to share heat. By keeping your fingers together in one enclosed space, mittens create a pocket of warmth that insulates your hands better than gloves. Choose mittens made from insulating materials like wool or fleece and ensure they're properly fitted to prevent cold air from sneaking in. This extra warmth helps prevent frostbite in freezing conditions. Sit on logs so you're not on the cold ground. Sitting directly on the cold ground can sap body heat quickly, so sitting on logs is a simple way to stay warmer. A log elevates you off the ground, reducing direct contact with the frozen surface. Place a log near your fire or shelter, using it as a seat to create a barrier between your body and the ground. This keeps you warmer while also reducing the risk of moisture from snow or ice soaking through your clothing. Build a fire pit with rocks for more heat. To increase the heat from your campfire, build a fire pit using rocks. Rocks absorb and radiate heat, creating a warmer and more controlled environment. Arrange large stones in a circle around the fire, leaving enough space for airflow. Once heated, the rocks will continue to emit warmth even after the fire dies down. This simple technique helps trap heat close to your shelter, making it more effective for staying warm during cold nights. Place a tarp or pad to avoid snow contact. Direct contact with snow can lead to rapid heat loss, so using a tarp or sleeping pad as a barrier is essential. Spread a tarp or insulated pad underneath your sleeping bag to keep you off the cold ground. This layer prevents snow from melting beneath you, which helps retain body heat and keeps you dry. By creating this simple barrier, you avoid direct exposure to the cold, improving both comfort and warmth. Gather dry wood from standing trees. Gathering dry wood is crucial for building a fire, especially in harsh winters. Dry wood is often found in standing dead trees or branches that haven't touched the wet ground. Look for these dead branches and snap them off, avoiding wood that feels damp. Dry wood burns hotter and faster, ensuring a stronger, longer-lasting fire. Collecting fuel from standing sources helps you build a successful fire even when the ground is wet. Burn green branches to make smoke signals. In a survival situation, creating a smoke signal can help rescuers locate you. Burning green branches produces thick, white smoke due to their moisture content. Gather fresh, green branches and place them on top of your fire once it's going strong. The smoke will rise high, creating a visible signal for miles. Keep adding green branches to maintain the signal. This technique works best when used in an open area, making it easier to spot from a distance. Use tree branches for a shelter roof. Tree branches are a quick and effective way to construct a shelter roof. Gather sturdy branches and overlap them across the top of your shelter structure, creating a thick layer to block wind and snow. The branches act as a natural barrier, offering protection from the elements while trapping warmth underneath. For added insulation, layer leaves, pine needles, or bark on top of the branches, making the roof more durable and weather-resistant. Drink melted snow for water. In winter survival, Grandpa said that snow can provide an essential source of water. However, eating snow directly will lower your core temperature. To avoid this, gather clean snow in a metal container and melt it over a fire or stove. Stir occasionally to help it melt faster. Once fully melted, allow the water to cool before drinking. This method ensures you stay hydrated without risking hypothermia, and it's a quick way to access water in freezing conditions. Store next day clothes in your sleeping bag. Cold mornings can be brutal, so keep your clothes warm by storing them inside your sleeping bag overnight. Place your next day outfit in the bottom of your sleeping bag before going to sleep. Your body heat will warm the clothes as you sleep, making them much more comfortable to wear in the morning. This simple trick helps you avoid the discomfort of putting on icy clothes when temperatures drop drastically during the night. Block shelter holes with snow. Small holes in your shelter let cold air in, but snow can seal those gaps. Pack snow tightly into any openings or cracks in your shelter, using it as an insulator. Focus on areas where wind might enter, such as doorways or gaps in makeshift walls. The compacted snow forms an effective barrier, preventing cold air from getting in and helping to maintain a more comfortable temperature inside your shelter. Wrap your neck and face with a scarf. In freezing temperatures, covering your neck and face is essential to preventing heat loss. Wrap a warm scarf or piece of fabric around your neck and face, ensuring your nose, mouth, and cheeks are covered. This traps warmth and protects exposed skin from frostbite. Make sure to leave enough space to breathe easily. Covering these sensitive areas helps maintain your core temperature and shields you from the cold wind, significantly improving your warmth in harsh conditions. Boil water to keep it from freezing. In freezing temperatures, water quickly turns to ice. To prevent this, boil your water and store it in an insulated container, such as a thermos. Fill the thermos completely and close it tightly. Boiling the water raises its temperature, slowing down the freezing process. Additionally, placing the thermos inside your sleeping bag at night can help keep it warm so you have drinkable water when you wake up. Keep a fire going all night. Maintaining a fire overnight is essential for staying warm in winter conditions. Begin by building a sturdy fire with larger logs to form a strong base. Add hardwood logs before going to sleep, as they burn longer and provide sustained heat. Bank the fire by surrounding it with rocks, which help reflect heat toward your sleeping area. Check the fire regularly and stoke it if needed to keep the warmth consistent through the night. Wear layers, including wool, long underwear, and hats. Layering is the key to staying warm in freezing conditions, according to Grandpa. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer to keep sweat off your skin, followed by a middle layer of wool or fleece for insulation. Finish with a windproof, waterproof outer layer. Wear a hat to prevent heat loss from your head. Adjust your layers based on your activity level to avoid overheating or getting too cold. This technique traps body heat efficiently and helps regulate temperature. Loosen boots to prevent freezing. Tight boots restrict blood flow to your feet, increasing the risk of frostbite. Loosening your boots slightly allows for better circulation, which helps keep your feet warm. Ensure that your socks are dry and your boots are insulated properly. If your feet feel cold, take a break to loosen your laces, wiggle your toes, and improve blood flow. This simple adjustment can prevent your feet from freezing, especially during long periods in freezing weather. Avoid sweating. Sweat makes you cold. In cold weather, sweating can become dangerous as wet clothing cools the body rapidly. To avoid this, dress in moisture-wicking layers and adjust your clothing based on activity level. Remove layers when you start to feel too warm and add them back as you cool down. Monitor your exertion to prevent excessive sweating. Staying dry helps regulate your body temperature more effectively, ensuring you stay warm and avoid the risks of hypothermia from damp clothing. Insulate the tent floor with foam pads. Insulating your tent floor is crucial for retaining warmth during cold nights. Lay foam pads or insulated mats underneath your sleeping bag to create a barrier between your body and the frozen ground. Foam traps heat and reduces contact with the cold earth, making it an effective insulation method. Layer multiple pads for extra warmth and ensure your sleeping bag doesn't touch the ground directly. This setup keeps you warmer while resting outdoors. Bring extra gloves, clothes, and scarves. Always pack extra gloves, clothes, and scarves to stay warm. Wet or damp clothing loses its insulating properties, making it harder to retain body heat. Store spare items in waterproof bags and swap out wet clothes as soon as possible. Keep multiple pairs of gloves and scarves on hand to layer as needed. Having these extra layers ensures you stay dry, warm, and protected when temperatures drop unexpectedly. Open tent vents to prevent condensation. Did you know that condensation inside your tent can make your sleeping environment colder? Opening the vents slightly allows airflow, which prevents moisture from building up inside. When warm air from breathing hits cold tent walls, it condenses into water droplets, leaving your sleeping bag and clothes damp. Venting your tent reduces this moisture buildup, helping to keep the inside dry and your gear warm. Always adjust vents based on outside conditions. Eat calorie-dense snacks before bed. Eating high-calorie snacks before bed is a smart way to generate warmth during cold nights. Your body burns calories as it digests food, which produces heat. Opt for snacks rich in fats and carbohydrates, such as nuts, cheese, or chocolate, which provide long-lasting energy. This simple habit boosts your internal temperature and helps you stay warmer throughout the night. A calorie-packed snack keeps your metabolism working while you sleep. Encourage bathroom breaks to avoid holding it. Holding in urine makes you colder as your body uses energy to keep it warm. Encourage regular bathroom breaks, especially before bed, to avoid this. If venturing outside in freezing temperatures seems daunting, keep a designated container in your tent for nighttime use. Relieving yourself helps maintain better body temperature control and reduces discomfort during the night, ensuring a more restful sleep in cold environments. Perform arm windmills for cold hands. Cold hands are a common problem in freezing conditions, but arm windmills can help restore circulation, said Grandpa. Stand up and swing your arms in wide circles, one at a time, forcing blood to flow back into your fingers. Do this for 30 to 60 seconds or until your hands feel warmer. This simple movement uses centrifugal force to get blood circulating, helping you warm up your hands without needing extra gear or heat sources. Consider day trips if temperatures are risky. When winter temperatures drop dangerously low, overnight camping might not be safe. Opt for day trips instead, where you can explore and enjoy the outdoors without the risk of hypothermia or frostbite from prolonged exposure. Keep your route close to a warm shelter or vehicle, allowing you to retreat if the weather worsens. Day trips in extreme cold minimize the dangers of night exposure while still letting you experience the winter wilderness safely. Dig a snow cave for warmth. Snow caves are excellent emergency shelters in extreme cold. Find a snowbank deep enough to carve a tunnel into, then hollow out the interior, creating a dome-shaped space. Make sure the entrance is small and the ceiling rounded to trap heat and prevent collapse. Smooth the walls to avoid dripping from melting snow. Snow's insulating properties keep the inside of the cave significantly warmer than outside, offering vital protection in freezing temperatures. Use pine sap or birch bark to start a fire. Starting a fire in freezing or damp conditions can be difficult, but pine sap and birch bark are natural fire starters. The resin in pine sap is highly flammable even when wet. Scrape sap from a pine tree or collect birch bark, which easily catches a spark. Use these materials to ignite your kindling. Their natural oils burn hot and fast, helping you start a fire quickly for warmth and cooking in challenging winter weather. Cuddle with others to share body heat. Grandpa always said that in freezing temperatures, sharing body heat is a crucial survival tactic. When temperatures drop dangerously low, cuddle with others inside a sleeping bag or wrapped in blankets to conserve warmth. The combined body heat creates a small pocket of warm air, helping to prevent hypothermia. Sleeping close together amplifies heat retention, making a huge difference during extremely cold nights. This simple method can significantly increase your chances of staying warm through the night. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.